Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hokage Puya here, and today marks the end of match day one for the Asia Cup. To be honest, before we get into the actual groups and my match day one reactions to all the scores and my predictions for match day two for each group, which we'll get to right now, we'll go group for group. A couple takeaways: empty stadiums expected. That's Asia Cup. Empty stadiums. Defending very optional. Some surprises, but the big boy teams have impressed so far, and we're seeing whoever you thought were the favorites are probably doing well in this tournament so far. The big boy teams have all started off well. Some surprises here and there in some games, but in the end, the better teams have been winning. No huge surprises, unlike in AFCON. AFCON, there's some big surprises going and some shocks happening. But in this Asia Cup, all I gotta say is empty crowds, crap defending, and it's kind of a run of the mill Asia Cup. Like maybe we have to wait until these groups progress a little to see some real shocks. But so far, run of the mill Asia Cup, not many surprises in my opinion. I've had a couple of my predictions from the group stage predictions video kind of be vindicated. Some of my predictions might be going the way I thought they would, but not all of them. Not all of them. So we're gonna go through each group right now. Group A through F, right? 6 groups. Group A through F, break down what we saw in the match day one games, and then I'm gonna give you guys score predictions for each of the next matches for each group. So I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. Let's just go into it. Let me pull out my little thing. Here we go. My trusty Google Slides. You know how I like to do it here. Group A. So I remember I predicted Group A that in the end it would finish Qatar first, China second, Lebanon third, Tajikistan fourth. So in the respect of Qatar winning 3-0, I wasn't too surprised. Actually, I was surprised with Qatar's 3-0 win because I didn't think Lebanon would be that weak. They conceded goals very easily and they didn't really create that many chances for themselves. They were Qatar beat down on them. And to be honest, I didn't think the Qatari fans would come out and support the way they did in the game because remember the World Cup, the Qatari fans weren't even that present. I swear, like the opening game of the World Cup wasn't packed, but the Qatar versus Lebanon was the opening game, and it was packed. It was packed, man. So it was good to see the Qatari fans out there supporting the team. Obviously, Qatar is the defending champion, so we have to show respect to them. And they went and demolished Lebanon. I was impressed with the performance. I remember in my predictions video, I was a little skeptical on them. I didn't think they're as strong as they were last AFCON, but going off this performance against Lebanon, I might be proven wrong. So yeah, Qatar, good one for a good 3 points for them, on track to win the group. We go to China, Tajikistan, and you guys, I disregarded Tajikistan. I won't lie, I disregarded Tajikistan completely in my predictions video. I thought China would be the team that will be challenging for second place. I thought Tajikistan and Lebanon will be challenging for third place. And to be honest, man, I did not. People were telling me in the comments, "Don't you disrespected Tajikistan too much." Like they have some good attacking quality, and they showed that Tajikistan was the better team than China, 100%. For the first 70 minutes of the game, I think Tajikistan ended the game off with like 20 shots, but this is the problem. And this is what I was trying to point out in the video. Maybe I disrespected Tajikistan too much. I didn't respect their defense as much because the defense was very solid today. Even though China wrongly had a goal ruled out, in my opinion, I think China probably should have won this 1-0. But yeah, China had a goal wrongly ruled out. But this is what I was trying to say to Tajikistan. 20 shots and you only have 2 on target. And to be honest, Tajikistan was the better team. But in my opinion, they created some chances, right? But to really be a team I should take seriously in this tournament, I need to see that you guys could finish your chances, create clear-cut chances, and when the clear-cut chances come to you, you put them away. Tajikistan to do that. And to be honest, they could have, before China grew into the game in the last 25 minutes, Tajikistan probably should have been up 1 or 2-0, but they just didn't have the quality to actually get the goals. And, luckily for them, China did have the quality to get the goal, but it was, in my opinion, unfairly ruled out. So the game ended 0-0. So obviously, with those results, Qatar's first right now, China, Tajikistan tied at second, Lebanon at fourth. Let's just give the predictions for that. As you see on the right side, There's the next games. I need you guys to respect me. Look at those match times. Those are the times for the games where I live on the West Coast here in the United States. Show me some respect. I mean, I might not be able to cover each game in depth because look at that, 3:30. You guys, I go to sleep at 2. I go to sleep at what? I'm not waking up 2 hours later to watch Lebanon versus China, but I'll still give a prediction. I just want you guys respect me a little, okay? Before you roast me in the comments, look at these match times, man. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the work plus school. But next matches, let's go. Predictions. To be honest, Lebanon didn't show me anything, and China showed me just enough towards the end of the Tajikistan game. I think China will win the game. Um, and to be honest, I think it'll be comfortable because Lebanon really didn't show me much in the Qatar game. Now maybe they could prove me wrong in this game, but nah, I think China's probably going to win 2-1. The Chinese defense was battered by Tajikistan. They were fighting to survive. So I think Lebanon could probably get a goal against them, but in the end, I think China will win 2-1 in the next game. And as for Qatar versus Tajikistan, I know Tajikistan, I was high on them. I thought they outperformed my expectations in the China game. But after seeing Qatar, the way they played, I can't choose against Qatar. I'm going to go Qatar 2-0 win. Again, I'm going to go 0 goals for Tajikistan so far after these next matches because I just didn't see the quality for them to put away the chances. And I think with a team like Qatar, you're not going to be able to dominate the game you did against China. And you probably won't create as many chances. And the fact that you couldn't put away the chances you had in the China game, why should I believe Tajikistan will have the quality to put away the chances? The more they'll have limited chances, less chances in the Qatar game. Why should I believe that they'll score? I think I'll show respect to Tajikistan. I think they are going to lose this 2-0, but remember, third place teams go through in the Asia Cup, and I think Tajikistan in the end will probably beat Lebanon in that last game, and 4 points will easily get them into the next round. So they will have proved me wrong, but we're gonna have to wait and see what happens after the next matches to confirm that. But yeah, those are my predictions. Group A. Let's go. Group B. India, man. India was defending well. I won't lie. India was defending well, but in the end, Australia just had too much quality. Too much quality. Guys like Jackson Irvine giving Australia that edge they needed to get a solid 2-0 win against India. I won't lie. No, I will say this. I was about to say Australia didn't impress me. Australia did impress me. This is a professional win, good way to kick off their campaign. And remember, in these knockout tournaments, you don't have to play scintillating, amazing football from the very first game. Australia didn't. I think Australia didn't have their best game. They still played very well, but I think Australia wasn't playing at their full strength, and they still got an easy professional 2-0 win against India. India, if I remember, I actually watched this game too. I don't remember India creating any chances too. So Australia from front to back, solid 2-0 win against India. And Uzbekistan, Syria, I watched this game definitely. I watched the whole entire game. It was so boring. Uzbekistan, Syria was so boring. You guys, if you saw my group stage predictions and knockout stage predictions video on Asia Cup, I'm high on Uzbekistan, and this performance was underwhelming. Uzbekistan's performance here was underwhelming. I can't lie. Both sides created some decent chances, but it was really sloppy. It was really a sloppy battle in the midfield between Syria and Uzbekistan. I would say in the end, Uzbekistan was probably the slightly better team, just slightly. Okay, just the slightly better team than Syria, but honestly, no team deserved to win that game. 0-0 was a fair result. But luckily, I'm high on Uzbekistan, and that wasn't the best first game. But lucky for them, we're gonna go to the next matches right now. They do play India, but first to start with Syria, Australia. I think Syria, they impressed me because I thought they'd get mauled by Uzbekistan, but they made it a competitive game against them. But unfortunately, like I didn't see enough attacking potential to be able to crack the Australian defense. Guys like Harry Sutar back there, like Boss who came on. I think Boss came on and scored right for Australia, the left back, or he can play center back too, but the left back primarily. Yeah, I don't see Syria being able to even score against Australia. I think Australia will get a professional 2-0 win, but I think Australia's will play a lot stronger this time. Their passing will be crisper, the buildup will be nicer. I think they'll create more chances than they did in the India game, although they had a lot of chances in the India game as well. But I think Australia's going to win 2-0 again against Syria, And most likely, I think that first game against India wasn't their strongest performance. I think they're going to build on that and have an even stronger 2-0 definitive victory against Syria. And on to Uzbekistan, India. Like I said, Uzbekistan, underwhelming first game. I'm high on Uzbekistan. I predicted these guys to get to the semifinals, the freaking semifinals. And fortunately for them, they're not playing Australia next, and that they're playing India. And I'm sorry, India fans, you guys just were terrible. India was terrible, and it's nothing against them. India was never going to come to this tournament and really do anything. Although I think I predicted that they could have gone through third. So that last game, India versus Syria in the third match day, is going to be interesting to fight for. What is it? Third place. Because if Syria wins that third game, they'll have 4 points. India, when they win that third game, they'll have 3 points, because obviously I think Uzbekistan will have a stronger performance here and be able to beat India, who's a much weaker team than them. I think Uzbekistan, like Australia, had a decent performance, still a little bit underwhelming, but I think they'll build on that. I trust Uzbekistan to go in there and get a 2-0 victory. And if results stand like that, the Syria-India game can be a very, very spicy and interesting game come match day 3. And yeah, exciting stuff. Asia Cup, on we go to Group C. My brothers, Team Melli, Iran. Yeah, I was impressed. I was pessimistic about Iran. I made a video before their game saying how Team Melli needs to set up. I was saying how Iran needs to pull their big boy pants up and really come into this tournament and make some statement victories in the group stages. And they started off with a statement victory. They started the game off really fast. A goal in the second minute on Saudi Farad. And from there, it was domination. The only annoying thing for Iran in this game was the sloppy goal they conceded to Palestine, and the fact that they probably could have scored 3-4 more goals. Their finishing probably could have been better, but this was a statement victory because Palestine, although the troubles they're going through and they're an under-equipped team, they are still a tough team historically to play against. Like, look at Palestine's run into this tournament. They give teams a hard time, and Iran just blew past them. So impressive victory for my boys. Iran 4-1, and UAE, just like expected, was the second strongest team in this group, destroying Hong Kong. Hong Kong had their moments. I won't sit here and disrespect Hong Kong had their moments, but in the end, UAE, who I think can be a little bit of a surprise team in this tournament. I feel like people in Asia know that they're strong, especially right now, but people are still sleeping on them a little. In my opinion, people are still sleeping on them a little. 3-1 solid victory for them. Going into the next games, match day 2, I think, if Palestine performs the way they did again, the defense all over the place, not able to, cut out any passes, intercept, make any real chances for themselves, I think in the end, UAE is going to win again. Solid 2-0 victory. I don't think, Palestine scored a goal against Iran, but it was very scrappy. It was, mostly due to Iran. Like I said in the beginning of the video, defense has been optional in this tournament for most teams. Iran conceding the scrappy goal against Palestine. I think UAE will be strong enough to finish the game out 2-0. Although I will say, when a country like Palestine is going through such a tough time right now, that first game is usually, a lot of nerves, a lot of jitters. So I will not discount the fact that Palestine can be UAE. What if Palestine comes back? It's like Iran. It's like Iran at the World Cup. Remember everything that was happening in Iran, the women movement and the whole thing with Masha Amini and the morality police and all that. The protests against the Islamic Republic. Remember that first game against England, the players were nervous. It was all about all the buildup about it, like politics, and they went and got smashed 6-2. But then after that, after the nerves were gone and after they got that first game out of the way, Iran performed much better in the Wales and USA games and almost got out of the group. But they just didn't have enough. Maybe that can be the case with Palestine. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there, but I do still think UAE is going to win 2-0. And Iran versus Hong Kong, I think the way Iran played 3-1. I think Iran, unfortunately, I'd like to see Iran keep a clean sheet in this game. I won't lie, because I want to see us eliminate the scrappy goals we concede. Gosh, I just had a stroke there. Jesus. But unfortunately, I think there's just a scrappy moment in Iran. And I think Hong Kong will probably take advantage of that moment and get a goal. But I think at the end, Iran will win 3-1. Let's just say a Taremi goal, an Osman goal. And let's say, let's go with Taremi double against Hong Kong and a goal for Osman as well. So yeah, that would put the UAE and Iran both on 6 points if they end up winning the games that I think they're gonna win, and it will make for a very, very interesting game. Iran versus UAE in the third game for first place, in Group C. But we're gonna have to wait and see if that happens because maybe Palestine and Hong Kong will have things to say about that. Group D, Vietnam. Respect to Vietnam, man. They give Japan a game. They had some good attacking plays throughout the 90 minutes, but in the end, Japan just too strong. Minamino, Endo. I thought Kubo got injured and wasn't coming to the World Cup. I mean, not the World Cup, the Asian Cup. Then I noticed this motherfucker Kubo is playing. So Kubo's here. Mitoma's being rested for the round of 16 to fully recover from his injury. I mean, oh my god. Minamino played very, very well. I mean, he was the leader of that team. Nakamura with an absolutely insane goal for Japan. It was the third goal, I think. Vietnam's goal, Vietnam has a good attacking plays, but one of their goals was really sloppy from Japan, really sloppy defending. Again, defending has been optional in this Asia Cup so far. So yeah, solid 4-2 win for Japan. Vietnam showing some signs that they could contend to get out of this group in third and potentially it's one of the better third place teams to go to the next round. Let's see. Iraq, Indonesia, you guys. You Indonesian fans, you guys slayed me. You guys warned me. You said don't sleep on Indonesia. Why are you disrespecting us? And then you guys go and give me a performance like that against Iraq, man. Come on. You're going to talk all that crap in the comments. Indonesia, please back it up. They didn't. You guys trust me. I want all teams to do well, but you guys told me Indonesia, you're sleeping on them. You're disrespecting us. And they put on a pretty bad performance. The goal they got against Iraq, don't get me wrong, that was a well-worked goal. They built it up, passing from the back, moving it out to the right, cross. Marcelino, I think it was, open on the in the left side, completely open, great passing play. But outside of that, just nothing much from Indonesia in the game. Iraq deserved winners. And yeah, you guys, Indonesia fans, if you're gonna step to me like that, make sure your team backs it up. There's still a chance for Indonesia to do something and get into the knockout stages, but you only created one chance against Iraq. It's not looking good, but at the same time, Iraq is a tough team. So when we get to these next matches to the right of the screen, that's your big game for Indonesia against Vietnam. But next matches, Iraq versus Japan. That's one of the games of the round. Two very strong teams, but in the end, I don't know. I just think Japan is too strong. I think an issue I'm seeing with Japan, though, and US, don't sleep on this fact. Japan has a lot of trouble keeping clean sheets. And that's an issue for me. When we get to the knockout stages, let's see what happens. Japan will make the knockout stages, and they'll probably get first in this group. I think they're going to beat Iraq 2-1. But I think Iran gets a goal. If Iraq gets a goal, I'm sensing something with this Japan team that could be a bit of a worry. A little bit of a worry because the fact that you can't keep clean sheets makes me wonder why people are saying Japan are the clear favorites for this tournament. What happens if you have one off day and you concede multiple goals and your attacking power isn't enough to bail you out? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, but I still think Japan will win 2-1. I like Iran. I'd like to see Japan keep a clean sheet for me to take them more seriously and put them as the absolute favorites. Obviously, you guys know if you watch my videos, I think South Korea are the guys to win this whole entire thing, but 2-1 for Japan, and I think Vietnam, Indonesia, I'm sorry. You gave one good play in the Iraq game. Vietnam showed a lot of potential. The Golden Stars, I think is that the nickname for Vietnam? The Golden Stars? I think something like that. The Golden Star or whatever. I think they showed me enough attacking quality in the Japan game against a Japan team that is very good to tell me that they will probably put a couple past you guys. I think you guys will get another goal. Maybe Marcelino will score again. I don't know. That seems to be, from what I saw, your best player, Marcelino. But yeah, 3-1 Vietnam, I think. And after that, I think, Indonesia will play Japan in the third game, and that would be the end of Indonesia's tournament, a 3-1 loss to Vietnam. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. I wasn't that impressed with their first game against Iraq. But prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. I'd like to see an upset, but Vietnam 3-1. I'm pretty confident about that. Group B, South Korea, my boys. Not my boys. I'm not South Korean. You could see I'm not South Korean, but these are the guys I think they're going to win the whole entire thing. They conceded a sloppy goal again, another sloppy goal conceded by one of these big teams. Again, defense is optional in this Asian Cup. But in the end, Kang In Lee, what a player, man! What a player, Kang In Lee. Kim Min Jae was fantastic in this game. Kang In Lee, like I just said, he scored 2 goals. One of them was a fantastic goal right after Bahrain had scored to shift momentum back to South Korea's favor. And yeah, again, I told you a lot of these big teams had very impressive first games this tournament. So that was an expected result. I think everyone thought South Korea would beat Bahrain, but let's get to Jordan, Malaysia, man. I'm a little sad. First of all, shout out to Malaysia. You guys Malaysian fans showed me a lot of support on the Asia Cup videos, and I was backing Malaysia to be impressive at this tournament. But oh my God, they got demolished 4-0 to Jordan. Jordan, what like Tajikistan, Jordan was another team I kind of just disregarded and didn't think would do well. But man, I was proven wrong. I look like an idiot right now. They destroyed Malaysia. Malaysia really had nothing to offer for Jordan. Really nothing. And Jordan, every time long ball passing through the back line of Malaysia, it was just too easy. And Jordan probably could have scored 5, 6, 7 goals in this game, but Malaysia held firm. There were some good saves, but this was embarrassing, Malaysia fans. I'm sorry. It was a really bad game, and I'm a little disappointed because I was backing Malaysia. I think I even said they'd make it to the knockout stages, but who knows? Maybe a win against Bahrain can get you guys there, but conceding 4 goals is not going to help your case. It's just not going to help your case, but let's see. Next match is Jordan and South Korea. Jordan, as much as I was impressed by them, 4, which could have been 5, 6 goals against Malaysia. I just think, you guys, South Korea is the team, man. South Korea is the team that's going to win this whole entire thing. And in the end, they're going to be too strong. 2-0. I like to see, just like I said about Iran and Japan, I'd like to see South Korea keep a clean sheet in this game, and I think they will. The goal they conceded against Bahrain was very sloppy. It was one of those sloppy goals that is easily avoidable. So I think they'll make that adjustment. Jurgen Klinsmann and his guys, and they'll win 2-0. I think this time Song Heung-min will get on the score sheet. And you know what? Let's say Kang In Lee, who's going to be a breakout star in this tournament, I think Kang In Lee will score again, and those will be the 2 goal scores for South Korea against Jordan. And we're going to go down to Bahrain versus Malaysia. And Malaysia fans, I'm backing you guys. I'm backing Malaysia. This may be a little biased, I don't know, but I'm backing Malaysia for a 1-0 win against Bahrain. Bahrain, they did score a goal against South Korea. They did have some moments, but they weren't that impressive. They really weren't that impressive in Malaysia. Maybe it was an off day for Malaysia. But Malaysia, please prove me right here and get a 1-0 win. And yeah, give some pride to the Malaysian people. At least give them a goal this tournament. But I'm backing you guys for a 1-0 hard-fought victory against Bahrain to give you guys 3 points and a good chance, or giving you guys hope, decent hope, to get into the round of 16 for the Asia Cup. Going to match day 3, last group here, Group F. And what did I say, guys? If you watch my predictions video, I said don't sleep on Thailand. Do not sleep on Thailand. And I told you guys, sleep on Kyrgyzstan. Please sleep on Kyrgyzstan. They're old, they're aging, they have no quality, and that showed. Their defense, which they're usually known for, was so bad in this game. Thailand capitalized. So much attacking movement from Thailand. I won't lie, watching this game was annoying because all the, it sounded like a boy band was playing. It sounded like a boy band concert because every time Thailand got the ball, the Thai girls and the fans were like, But hey, shout out to the Thai fans for being out there repping their team. But yeah, Thailand showing a lot of good, entertaining, attacking football in this game, and they just clobbered Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan looked lost, old, just not up to it. And I predicted that going into this tournament. And I told you guys, don't sleep on Thailand. 2-0, good start for Thailand. Saudi Arabia went down 1-0 to Oman. But Garib, I think it was Garib, right, for Saudi Arabia. An amazing goal off the bench to make it 1-1 in the end. Saudi Arabia wins 2-1 with a last-minute winner against Oman. I think in the end, it's probably deserved. Saudi Arabia is one of these teams I said is going to be a surprise team in this tournament. And I think this was a key win against Oman because now they're going to play Kyrgyzstan, which I think a lot of people know what's going to happen in that game. But as for Oman versus Thailand in the next match in match day 3, Oman, okay, it's tough because Oman was good, but Thailand was just better. And maybe the Thailand game, Kyrgyzstan is just that bad, and they were making Thailand look better than they actually were. But man, I was having fun watching Thailand play. I was really having fun watching Thailand play, and maybe that's making me a little biased here, but I think Thailand at the end was gonna squeeze out a 2-1 win. I think this will be an exciting game. If you want to choose one of these games to watch, maybe don't watch Saudi Arabia versus Kyrgyzstan, but Thailand Oman might be an exciting game and worth watching the whole 90 minutes because even though Kyrgyzstan was so bad in the Thailand game, Thailand just played with such fire, and I thought it was really good to see. I enjoyed it. As for Saudi Arabia Kyrgyzstan, like you guys know what's coming. I think Saudi Arabia, that 2-1 tough win against Oman was a little stumble. I think they're gonna build on that. And unfortunately, Kyrgyzstan, I'm going 3-0 shutout victory for Saudi Arabia, and that would be Kyrgyzstan's tournament completely done over, unless they say something and score a bunch of goals in the last game against Oman and win. Highly unlikely. It didn't look like they weren't close to scoring against Thailand. So yeah, those are my predictions. Oh, that's my reaction to all the match day 1 games. Those are my predictions to all the match day 2 games that are coming up starting tomorrow. And yeah, I try not to yap too much this one. If you made this far, guys, subscribe. I'm gonna keep putting out that Asia Cup content. If you're interested in it, also, I'm putting out the AFCON content too. Check out my videos I posted out so far. I'm in the midst of school right now, so I'm not gonna be posting every day, but maybe every 2-3 days, I'll be posting videos for you guys just to talk and put my thoughts out there. Again, this channel is just for me to put my thoughts out there, and for some reason, people are watching so far. So if you made this far, subscribe, like the video, share it if you want, drop a comment, let me know your opinions. I'm here to talk to you guys. If your team is doing bad, I'm here for that emotional support. Hashtag mental health. Hashtag mental health. And if you disagree with me, I'm here to argue with you. Hashtag debate. Hashtag debate. I don't know if that's cringe or not, but yeah, guys. Thanks for tuning in for another video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.